much. I've seen it take a toll and be harmful. I've seen what it can do when I got both of my arms full, but still continue to pile more on my back though. I learned at a young age, if you want to do something impactful, then you gotta be willing to sacrifice and really go after it with everything that you have, cause if you don't, it ain't never gonna happen. Listen, gotta prevail, gotta excel. Think I hit my peak? No, I just started climbing the hill. Kill or be killed. Well, if that's the way that you feel, I hope you know you about to get the raw end of the deal. I need to meditate, I ain't got no room to grow, I would never say. Conversations with the Lord should be every day. Reconnecting with my core, get my head on straight. Praying on my downfall, let him pray. Resume, check the resume. Set the pace, I don't hesitate. Yeah, just get it done, let me demonstrate. Demonstrate, demonstrate. Let it soak in, let it resonate. Blood, sweat, and tears on the 808s. See him praying on my downfall. Let him pray. Let him pray. See him praying on my downfall. Hey, let him pray. Yeah, let him pray. Let him pray. Hey, see him praying on my downfall. Let him pray.
And welcome to another edition of the Coast to Coast podcast presented by Fan First Sports Network. I am one of your co-hosts here, Beyond 716, and as always joined by the man that needs no introduction, Whittle 2K. And tonight we were thinking mock draft, we were thinking all kinds of scenarios, but Whittle, the Bills had other ideas to shift this podcast in a completely different direction. That there's just so many thoughts that we're going to have tonight, but it's two words: Stefon Diggs. Whittle, how you doing?
Great, man. Hey, I don't know, bro. I mean, we talked about this a little earlier, and our plans for today kind of got thrown off. And, I've been chatting with some other Bills fans. Yeah, meet Mike, bro. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That was the first thing. Let me start there. As I watched that video, I remember the first time. I remember when I talked to you, Beyond, about the video, and I'm like, yo, I found this video, and I got to reach out to the guy that created it because I'm not sure if he's going to let me use it. And the music is, amazing. I think it'd be a great intro to the show because, we had the other song earlier, the Monster song with Josh just kind of running through people. And I was like, yo, this is dope. It's got, all the guys in it. So, this is the perfect video. And actually, if Josh is listening, sorry, Josh, but we actually started using the song before you gave the green light. I mean, we started using the video before you gave the green light. But good thing you said yes. Listen, man. Yo, I look at that video now, and it's like none of these guys are on the team. I don't have any jerseys left. I had to retire the Tre'Davious White jersey. I got to get a new Josh Allen jersey because something happened with the numbers, so I got to get a new one of those. I probably will.
Absolutely.
His jersey, I literally just bought a camouflage, a salute to service Diggs shirt, Diggs t-shirt. Just bought it. Wore it on the show twice. Going, done. It's over
Unbelievable. With. Unbelievable.
So I broke this little bad boy out. It's a personal bottle. You know what I'm saying?
Go.
That's what we on tonight.
All right. I like that.
Listen, this is not a good thing.
No.
This is an emergency. This is for emergencies. Break. This is the
glass.
Glass
emergency break.
Emergency. Brandon Bean, get it together. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I mean, just the wow moment, right? We've heard whispers of this all along, and like you said about the jerseys, that's I've mentioned this before. The old coach, Mr. Jerry Glanville. If you're a pro coach, NFL stands for not for long, and that's what we see here in the NFL with the players sometimes. And when we got Stefon Diggs in 2020, I mean, I remember exactly where I was sitting in my house when we got Stefon Diggs in 2020 and just the euphoria and, he didn't disappoint. I mean, he led the NFL receptions during the whole time for 4 years. I mean, we wanna debate about some of the performances, some of the games, sure. I mean, you could do that with every single player, but we can't deny what Stefon Diggs brought on the field to this organization for 4 years, and I I just couldn't believe it. I thought it was some kinda April Fool's joke gone awry maybe 2 days later, but,
Me too.
then the phone started going more and more and more, and you know how that is, Whittle, and I had Jet fans messaging me, Dolphin fans messaging me, and they weren't even celebratory, they were shocked, like, "Wow." So I it was and again, to not only but traded to one of the up and coming teams in the AFC, and then when you saw the return for the draft picks, you're like, "Okay, we got a second." And when I saw the 5th and 6th, I'm like, "Wait a minute, we got those in return." No, we didn't. We gave those up to get that second rounder, and it just reinforces Whittle that age, cap room, and everything combined, no matter how good you are, it really can lower the value on a player, and we saw that front and center today with Brandon Beane.
Um, yeah, let me put this away. I'm not drinking because of that, please.
Um, Matt, and then Mike had also something to say. He said about your bottle. Said we need that emergency
Yeah,
bottle. So Mike is
this
on
is
board for
actually
that
water.
emergency bottle. Okay, okay.
This is actually water. Skyra. Yeah, this is like my favorite
Oh, there you go.
Icelandic water. Yeah.
There we
But
go.
man, listen. To be all right, full transparency. I'm going to give an actual, no comedy, my actual feelings on this move. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of it because of where we are as a team.
Mhm.
I think that there's a term that's thrown around when you have sports conversations about certain players, and it's called gravity. I believe that a player like Stefon Diggs has gravity, meaning that when he lines up, he is going to command a certain amount of attention from the defense, and I don't. We don't have anybody on the roster that now does that. So
Mhm.
now teams can play us more honestly. I think the teams are more willing to go one-on-one on the outside and send extra pressure. That hurts the ability to run the football. There are a lot of negative things that can go into this. Not to mention, there's nearly 300 targets, over 2,500 yards, and 15 touchdowns that we have to replace.
Mhm.
On the just and this is on the offensive side of the ball. Not to mention, we still have questions at safety. So that's where I'm at. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. Getting a second round pick for a soon to be 31-year-old wide receiver that's not a 4-3 guy and is not 6'4" and can win contested, getting a second round pick for a guy that over the last 2 seasons, I'm just being honest here. Diggs has his production has tailed off in the second half of the season in each of the last 2 years. I'm not trying to trash Diggs. I still defending Diggs. He ain't even on my team no more. But we got to be honest. And I have to be honest about this as well. We didn't get much from Diggs in the playoffs. I think in the playoff game against the Chiefs, he had 8 targets. He had 3 catches for 21 yards. In the 13 seconds game, I think he had 2 catches in that game,
Mhm.
2 or 3. I know it was 3 or less. And, I think at some point when there's the antics or the hint of drama, there was an obvious disconnect between what Josh and Diggs were before that Bengals playoff game to what they became as a pair after that. You know, it was clear that situation messed them up, and they never seemed to they never really seemed to recover from it. I was always under the impression that, you know, whatever, they just gotta win. They win, everything's fine. Dudes will hug it out, have a conversation. We won, whatever. Let's move forward. I'm sorry, you're sorry. I shouldn't have did this. You shouldn't have did this. We're good. Let's move on. We never got to that point.
Yep.
Brandon Bean got a second round pick for next year for Stefon Diggs, who by the time we get to spend this pick, he'll be 32 years old. Or no, he won't. He'll be close to 32.
Close to 32, yeah.
So we got younger. You know, Mac Hollins, I think, is 30. He's on a 1-year deal. Samuels is I think Samuels is 27. Shakir's like 24. Shorter is like 23, 24, somewhere around there. So he's still young. And you know, we got 10 draft picks. I think this opens up the door for the Bills to go up and get a receiver quite early in the draft. Most likely first round. Probably a trade up. And that's the one thing that I said this to a buddy who's a Bills fan as well. I said, bro, all offseason, teams are making moves to get better. And shout out to you, Jeremy. Thank you too, bro.
Yep. Thank you, Jeremy.
A lot of teams are doing things to get better. They're moving and shaking and getting players and bolstering their roster. And I feel like a lot this works as a team. But I do trust Brandon Bean. And if I could have found the shirt in Bean We Trust, I would have wore it today, because I do trust that Brandon Bean will get this figured out. We have three receivers I trust right now on the team: Shakir, Samuels, and Mac Hollins. I don't trust Shorter. I don't trust any of these young guys, these other guys. You know, like KJ. Was it KJ Hamler?
KJ Hamler from Penn State. Yep. You know,
KJ
don't
Hamler,
always call out the
like
Penn
Andy
State guys.
Isabella. Yeah, like I don't know about those guys. I don't know what they're gonna do on this team. KJ Hamler may make the team. He may actually make the team. But we definitely have to go and get a couple of receivers in this draft. Hey, listen, Brandon Bean, keep one of them 6th or 7th round picks for my guy Zachary Franklin, man. He's gonna come in and make the
Yes.
He's gonna come in and make. I think he comes in and makes a roster, but that's another conversation, man. Another day.
Let's speak that into existence. And Tommy, thank you for that as well. Thank you for all the love. I'm deciding tonight to put up a lot of your comments in the chat, because, as we know, this is our show, and it's just as much yours. So I want to hear all your comments about Diggs, and we'll just keep cycling them through. We want to see them. We want to hear them. Whittle, didn't today feel like it feels like the end of an era, in the sense of the kind of team that we started with in 2017 till the moment when Diggs was traded? I mean, just to put in perspective, we had 18 captains in 2023. Stefon Diggs gone, Gabe Davis gone, Mitch Morse gone, Jordan Poyer gone, Micah Hyde gone. That's 5 of 8 captains that are off this team right now that we had from 2023. And this is now ushered into, I mean, this was Josh Allen's team in a sense, but it was also Allen and Diggs' team. You know, remember the Sports Illustrated in 2020 with Allen, Diggs on top, Allen's back, and they were always kind of connected, right? They at the hip of the true resurgence of the Bills to make us a true Super Bowl contender. Now it's Josh Allen's team, and the onus is going to really sparkle on Josh Allen now going forward. We heard for so long that this, Stefon Diggs was the reason that Josh Allen became great. And listen, Stefon Diggs had a big play in that. We can't deny it, right? I mean, when he was brought here, it ascended Josh Allen to the next level. But now that Stefon Diggs is gone, and we've heard all these rumors for the last year or two, whatever it is, whatever it could be, and I like that Bean took the high road today on that. And in that respect of why, I mean, I hope we do hear something. I think you mentioned that to me earlier, and I agree with you. But I think it's important to note that Diggs did not make this truly public. Neither did his agent. I think if there is a positive that I could take from this, it's that that didn't happen. And I think in spite of Diggs, let's say he wanted out, let's give some credit there. He could have made it a complete firestorm. It could have been all out in the open in the media, but it didn't happen. Yeah, there were little hints that we saw dropped on Twitter that we tried to decipher, but he never came out and said it. So that, and I think that speaks to the Bills organization keeping that quiet as well.
Yeah, I mean they handled it. They handled this professionally. I'm not upset. I'm shocked. You think the $31 million is like dead cap. I mean, but when you look at it, the cap already counted. The 97% of it already counted against what we were already holding on to this year, which was 28. And just add another 3. We're still cap positive. Next year, we're gonna have a ton of cap space, a ton of it. So, we will have to re-sign a couple of guys, obviously, but I think we'll be able to. We'll be able to make some moves next year. Pretty sure we'll be able to make a few moves next year. So, yeah, man, I'm time for him to go. One thing I will say, I need Dalton K to watch. Oh yeah, he got to go to tight end university, man. But listen, it's a lot of targets. So it's a lot of targets. I think Dawson Knox had a down year in targets last year. His target share probably goes back up to 50. I think Kincaid probably gets, close to 100 targets again. I think Shakir's targets go up to about 70, maybe 80. Samuels will probably get about 50, 60 targets. The new receiver will probably get somewhere around 60, 70 targets. I'm sure Mac Hollins will get 50 some odd targets. Like, this is going to be everybody plays. So it's going to be the onus, like you said, the onus is on Josh. Like, Josh has to be playoff Josh all season long. We need an MVP type season because there is no alpha at wide receiver. So now you're going to get teams defending you straight up every. They're not using to cheat to one side or anything unless somebody steps up and asserts themselves as an alpha, as the alpha dog receiver. Right now, we just got a bunch of guys. We got a bunch of guys, and we got to do what we got to do.
And you know what, Whittle? It's going to be more on Josh working with these guys now in the offseason. We're going to have at least 1 or maybe 2 new receivers from the draft. We're going to have players like Khalil Shakir, Justin Shorter potentially. We haven't talked about him in a while. We'll see what the plan is there. But we got all these receivers in new roles now too. Right? We got Curtis Samuel coming in. There's a lot of moving pieces in that room, and I know Josh is a private guy in that sense, but I just hope that he puts in the extra work and realizes, hey, I don't have that familiar. Him and Diggs have had this symmetry for 4 years, but now that's gone, right? And there's a lot of leadership missing in that room, and I think Josh needs to take the bull by the horn in that sense, or really be that example as we usher in a new era of Bills football under Josh Allen, an era within an era, so to speak.
100%. Yes, the dog brings up an excellent point. I do believe that at some point the Bills will sign or draft another running back. And I think, last year James Cook had like 240 something carries and Josh had like 100 rushing attempts last year. I think this year, though, you're going to see James Cook around 200 carries and whoever they draft probably somewhere around, 150, 160 carries, something like that. They're going to run the football more. They are going to run the football more. I think so. This also gives them an opportunity to do some of the things that we have been talking about when they drafted Kincaid. going utilizing that 12 personnel heavy look. Let's just say you go as Buffalo and you go in the fourth round, right? The
Mm-hmm.
fourth round, you take a Braylon Allen or a Dylan Johnson or something like that in the fifth. A power back, right? A guy
Mm-hmm.
who runs between the tackles. You roll him out, you come out with two tight ends with Kincaid and Knox, and you got your wide receivers on the weak side, and you stack, and it looks like, man, you know what? It's 2nd and 3. They might run the football because they got two tight ends out here. They got the power back out here. Josh Allen's under center. The wide receivers are off to the side. They're probably going to motion Mac Hollins to the strong side and have him pinned down on the defensive end. And who knows what they do after that? Are they pulling the tackle? Are they pulling the guard and going outside? What are they doing? And then next thing you know, Josh Allen, gives the signal, and Kincaid motions out to the slot. Diggs. Josh goes in the shotgun, and now you're in 11 personnel with a power slot going up against a heavy set on the defensive side of the football, or 2nd and 3, and you can still run the ball. You have teams scrambling at that point. So this is where the chess match comes into play for Joe Brady and Josh Allen. This is where Josh Allen needs to show that he has achieved a level of understanding to what's good, coach. This is where Josh has to show, hey, I've achieved a level of understanding that I can come out and see what the defense is in and put us in the right formation, call the right play or change the play to the right play, and then make the smart decision.
Yep.
Right. And that's where we've had issues with Josh Allen. That can't happen anymore. The margin of error is gone. You don't have an elite receiver now that you can guarantee is going to win his one-on-one matchup 80% of the time against the corners that he goes up against. You don't have it now.
Yep. And again, it circles back, and Donna brought up this good point here about how Josh is not going to work as his receivers when it's official workouts. But do you think he'll do anything outside that? I doubt it. I'm not sure, Donna. I think Josh is still a guy that kind of keeps things in house. He's not like some players that put up videos online and say, "Hey, I'm working out here in Dana Point with my receivers." Maybe he's bringing receivers into Southern California. Hey, why don't you come out for a couple weeks so we'll work together? He may keep that private. I just hope it happens. I'm not sure if we'll ever really know, but yeah, I would say at least internally, if there is something that needs to change, if it's there, I hope it does. That's what we just got to hope for as fans, that especially this year, again, above probably since the years he worked with Jordan Palmer, right? He's really got to put that work in this year with what's going to be inevitable amount of new receivers on the roster. So, Whittle, this gives a whole new level to the draft, right? And we're going to pivot more into that in the next couple of weeks. So I was really looking forward to a mock draft of Whittle today, but we're definitely going to bring that in next week. But any Bills fan out there, start doing your homework on these receivers, because I thought maybe we were just going to take one, but there could be multiple ones now.
Oh, wow. Malik Neighbors is shopping for houses in the Los Angeles area. Wow. I guess he's going to go. Yeah, that's what I just saw on Twitter. I don't know how real it is, but it's that dude. It's that Dove climbing
okay
count. So, they hit or miss, man.
Hey,
looks like he got the video straight from.
Yep. Hey, you know what? For those things, I'll always go back to one example when LeBron James was shopping for apartments in Manhattan before he made his decision, and Stephen A. said, "Oh, he's going to the Knicks," and we all know how that turned out. So when it comes to those kind of things, but it may be in Neighbor's case, it's a little different because he is a rookie. So I could definitely see there being a connection there with him and the Chargers. So we'll really have to see.
Yeah, something's got to shake, uh, and it's got to shake very very soon. I need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need to know what we're gonna do, man. What's this McDermott quote? At locker room cleanup, you need to create.
Could be a little tip for the draft. I mean, that's for
You
sure.
know what? And that's a great point because um we haven't gotten the explosive plays down the stretch from Diggs or in the playoffs. So, you know, you're right. That's exactly right. But we're gonna take a momentary pause uh to allow these commercials to come through. You're not gonna hear anything. This is a commercial break for our network that we're on. So
We'll be right back.
all right, we back. We are back. Uh and yes, excellent point. The Bills are looking to get more explosive down the field. And these young guys that listen, the Xavier Legette's, the Troy Franklins, Keon Coleman's, the Brian Thomas Juniors, like all of those guys are explosive guys that can make plays, contest it, catch situations. They can go up and get it, and they're guys that get down the field and they get behind the defense and they make guys pay. So listen, and Brandon Bean, we trust in the process right now. It just doesn't feel great. For me
Mm-hmm.
personally, I can't speak for everybody. There's some Bills fans that are like, whatever, Diggs was a problem. I'm sick of the tweets. Now we don't have to hear it. I don't care about the tweets. I want to win the Super Bowl. And as of right now, June is in the building.
Ladies and
As of
gentlemen,
right now, Stefon Diggs. No, he doesn't get an
ladies.
announcement. He's a
Okay, he doesn't get one.
this
Oh, not for
ladies and
June. Okay.
gentlemen, no, ladies and gentlemen, the guy that came in here after Monday Night Football and stuck around for like 3 weeks until his team started officially losing and getting blown out. He disappeared. He disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen him. We haven't seen him in months, but here he pops up with another one of his silly projections. The door is officially closed.
Really close.
Sure
Yeah.
it did. It closed on the Jets. That's what you know. You know what closed? The ambulance door for all of them old injury prone players that they have. That's what closed. But anyway, so I felt like I'm sorry. I felt like Diggs. I felt like Diggs gave us the best chance to win. But listen, clearly management and the team felt different. You saw Patrick Mahomes lose guys like Watkins. You saw him lose guys like uh Tyreek Hill. You saw guys that he had become comfortable throwing the football to. Those guys left the team. Those guys left, and Patrick still succeeded. Now, obviously, he's won 3 Super Bowls already,
Mm-hmm.
but we have yet to get one. But it's I feel like this is a part of the maturation process of a quarterback, and that's where Josh is right now.
No, absolutely. I mean, the thing about Diggs Whittle is no. I know you're right. We do see some fans saying, "Oh, addition by subtraction," et cetera, et cetera. Considering the outside noise we heard on outlets like ESPN about Diggs, and listen, sometimes the national media outlet is wrong, but maybe in this case there were some things out there that kind of led to where we are today. But for the Bills to say we're going to take a $31 million dead cap hit in the middle of Josh Allen's Super Bowl window, this must have been something that they really wanted to resolve. You did see Terry Pagula at the Sabres game yesterday. I found that kind of interesting because he's usually not there, and then today this happens with Diggs. Maybe he was there for that reason. So, but we cannot deny the loss of production that we're going to lose from Stefon Diggs and wide receiver ones like that. I mean, Stefon Diggs led the NFL in receptions the 4 years he was here during that time. He had more catches than any receiver. Tyreek Hill, you name him, right? So that goes without saying. So that yes, we could get more from Kincaid. Yes, we could get more from Khalil Shakir. Yes, we're going to get more from draft pick X. But of that, how much are we going to really see out of that rookie, Whittle, right? And we know how McDermott is with rookies. Sometimes some guys play. I mean, Kincaid got a little more of a run last year than maybe we thought at times. But McDermott's not known for giving rookies the full reign. So, I mean, can we really expect, even if we moved up and got one of the top 3 guys in the draft, right? How much can we really expect that player, yet alone a guy like a Keon Coleman, a guy like a Xavier Legette, those kind of receivers? Like, how much are they really going to be able to do? A Lab McConkey, right? 100 plus catches, 110 catches, and the attention that Diggs brings, right, on the field. I mean, think about other sports like baseball, right? A cleanup hitter, right? What do you think Aaron Judge does to the Yankee lineup, right? As an example, he makes other players better, right? That's what Diggs did to the whole receiving room. The whole pecking order now changes. Fakir was good, but now he's got to move up. He's going to face different corners. He's going to be in different situations. So it's going to be interesting to see how that comes about going forward. But again, even the most optimistic Bills fan has to pause and say, listen, we did lose some pretty significant production here. Can it be replaced? Yes. Am I going to wait? Am I going to go off the ledge and say our Super Bowl window's closed like June? No. Right? But let's wait till June. Let's see speaking of June, let's wait till the month of June and see what we're looking at on this roster.
Right.
And by the way, I'm loving the chat right now. The comments going.
Oh yeah, no. Jones. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's right. That's up there. We are still the favorites to win the division. Okay. Still, after Stefon Diggs is gone, they updated they updated the betting odds, and we're still favored to win the division. All right. Let's not let that go over your head. Okay. Let's let that sit there for a second. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're still the big dogs. And June is a serial. He is a habitual fraud. What he did was he disappeared from the YouTube. He would come in here and troll us until his team was, firmly 2 or 3 games behind us. Then he stopped coming into the spaces. He stopped coming into our Bills spaces after they threw a Hail Mary that against Miami right before halftime that was returned for a touchdown. Okay, you're not terrible.
Who does that other than the Jets, right? I mean, really,
the Jets threw a Hail Mary with time running out in the half and gave up a touchdown on that play. After that, we stopped seeing June. We stopped seeing him, but it's all good. It's all good. I hope everything is good, brother. I'm aware of what's going on, dog. Prayers up, brother. Prayers up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Like my gut feeling on this is to panic and think, you know what, we're not as good as we were, and all these other teams are getting better, and we're not. So what? Now what? But I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Like, what do you think we do? Like, how do you think that we address it? Because we are creating holes in a roster that already had holes, and we don't. We already had. We had questions at safety, and now we also have questions at wide receiver 1. So what y'all think we doing in the first? Who should we target? What we doing? I know you think it's over. June says he thinks it's over. It's over for the Jets. You guys have a 1-year window. That's it. we're gonna be cap. We're gonna be cap rich next year. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget who we have. All right. Let me answer Daw's question. Daw,
Sure.
I think we trade up. That's what I think. I think we trade up. If you remember when we drafted Josh Allen, I believe we started out that season with like the 22nd pick or the 23rd pick or something like that. We were somewhere around 21 to 23, somewhere around there. We trade to get to I think we got to like 11. I think we got up to like pick 11 or something like that. We went up and got to like pick 11. And then from pick 11, we went to pick 4 and grabbed Josh. I think the same thing can happen now. You're in cap hell. What? Who is B. Smith?
Bruce? No, definitely not Bruce Smith with that comment. That's for sure.
Yeah, no. It's somebody who doesn't understand how the cap works. Hey, B. Smith, guess what? So when we started the season, right? And Diggs was on the roster. Once the new league year started, Diggs is $28 million cap hit was on the team. We traded him and added another $3 million to dead cap. All it is the money that we was going to give Diggs anyway, plus an extra $3 million. We're still cap positive, and we have $10 million coming June 1st. So good try, but you guys got to learn how the cap works. If you would like us to do a segment on how the cap works, just let us know. We'll put that together for you. Okay,
let's do it. Yeah,
maybe we'll get Greg Thompson in here. Maybe he'll come in, or maybe we can talk to Joe Marino. Maybe Joe Marino can take some time out of his busy day and go over the cap for you guys. We can do that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to believe. I want to believe that this is gonna be fine. That everything's gonna be okay. But it's very difficult. Oh yeah, Kevin Masseri, that's right.
Yes, we definitely got to get Kev on here. Yeah,
we got to get Kevin up here.
Yep.
Little is Trump fake news.
Oh no, June, that is oh man, you're really asking for it now.
All right, this is perfect, guys. This is perfect. Where are we at? Settings. Not gonna find this thing. How did I do it before? Air screen. There we go.
What happened?
Nothing. Oh, nothing.
Oh, nothing. Oh, okay. Oh no. Okay. Oh boy, but yeah. So, I mean, listen, it's there's no question. What's this?
No. We're not. Listen, Beyond. We are not putting up with the nonsense today. Nope. Okay.
Oh man, what is going on here?
It's over the cap.
Welcome
Bills.
To yeah.
Buffalo Bills salary cap. What'd you say, June? June, let's pull up $1 million under the cap. Let's pull that up. Let's pull that up. Oh, wait. What does it say right here? It's difficult to see, isn't it? I think it's kind of small.
A little bit from this side, but yeah, you would have to make the screen. Yeah. Got to zoom in on that a little bit. And this is again.
How can I?
You got to go to the top, the three on the top right-hand corner. You got those three little icons, the ellipsis things, all the way in the top right-hand corner. You could do the zoom level much better. Right up there. Yep. Go to zoom level, and you can make that like 150 or 200% if you'd like. As much as we need to get this to show on the screen. There we go. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. That would we probably went 500% on that, but what's up, Yuji? Kristen, hello. Hello.
Can you see it?
Saying hello to everyone in it. Yeah, I see it. Team cap space 3.448 and 107. Got Yuji in here. I'm just bringing up all the chats. We appreciate everyone in the group chat. You guys have been great. So we absolutely love it. So yep. So
oh yeah. Oh, Kristen, that's my sister. Hey, sister.
Hey, what's up, Kristen?
She actually tuned in. Like,
nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's a casual. She doesn't know anything about football except that the guys wear tight pants. That's it. She's a casual. So can everybody see this? Can everybody see right there where?
Yep.
Right here. Does everybody see this?
3.448.10.
What does that say?
Yep. And
that says team
that's not
cap
including
space, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure I was. I just want to make sure that I wasn't Trump. I wasn't a liar. Excuse me, June. Did you not say we were 4 million under the cap? Meaning, didn't you say that we were 4 million over the cap? We have it in black and white, bro. This is in 4K. Like, come on, June.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is not including the 10.2 million that will roll off for Tre'Davious White on June 1st. No pun intended, June.
What now? Hi, Ted. Yeah, so good try, bro. I mean, good try, but no, don't work on me, man. Anyway, we are not in cap hell. Yeah, I did go back and see. You said under the cap, but I know what you meant. You meant we were over the cap. That's what you meant. We are going to be fine. Don't worry about us. What you need to worry about is Mike Williams after week 4. Okay? Let's start there. There you go, sis. Get him.
Yeah. Dot is on him. But listen, we did lose players, right? I mean, we can't we lost a lot of leadership in this locker room, right? We went over the captains, we lost some really good guys on this team, players that we've really enjoyed. But I think when you really look at things deeper, this doesn't mean our window is completely closed. Could it mean it's going to look different than what we've seen over the last 4 or 5 years? Yes. Right? Are we going to win games the same way we did before? Maybe not. Right? Maybe it's going to be a little bit different. Maybe we're more ball control, like Dog said earlier. Maybe more emphasis on the running game. Maybe a little more physical. Right? Maybe we're going to get more production from different players that we did in the past. So
we need to run the football more anyway because the Jets can't stop the run. So let's do that. I don't care about your Sauce Gardner when I can just run it down your throat. Let's just do that. That's fine. I'm with that.
Yep. So, and ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 off season is in full swing. So
I did not expect this.
Yeah, nobody had this, like we said, nobody had this on their bingo card, Whittle, this morning. Right? Especially after that tweet last night when RG3 was talking about Stefon Diggs and how he's elevated Josh, and Diggs came back and what did he say? You sure? Right? And I think at that point he probably knew the writing was on the wall. I'm pretty sure that this was this was emotion weeks ago. I'm pretty sure Houston and the Bills have been talking about this. Bean's never going to tell you exactly when this started. This could have happened last year at the deadline, for all we know, right? This could have happened right after the playoffs before free agency started, and Buffalo and Houston said, okay, we'll circle back after everything settles down.
June, the best player on your team is your punter. Like, relax, bro.
It's not $4 million though, June. It's going to be 10 point. It's going to be 14.4. We'll sign our draft picks. If we trade for a player, we can rework his contract. The cap is an illusion in most respects, and we have the owner that will shove out the money. He's not afraid to. We can make it work. We have the majority of our core signed. Whittle, I wish we could enjoy a drink together right now, my friend, but we'll save that for another day and another tailgate. So, but yeah, I think a trade up is possible, but I just don't know if I see Brandon Bean. Like, let's go through a hypothetical, right?
Right.
Just let's say picks 7 through 9. Let's be realistic. I do see Neighbors and Harrison Jr. off the board by 7.
Do
Now
you
it's
want to
possible.
do you want to go through the first round?
We could go through a quick top 10 just to kind of, if you want. I mean, we certainly can. I mean, I'm up for it. So we could certainly do that and just kind of see, like, where do you think we could target a deal and what would the compensation be? And does it make sense? And something that Brandon B, would he do that? So that's the $1 million question. And
Let me get it set up.
absolutely. So, I mean, we obviously know who the top 3 are going to be. We know they're going to be quarterbacks. So we don't even have to discuss those 3. But really, the draft starts at 4 when it comes to us. So, oh yeah, these trolls are out in full force. So listen,
Yo,
all
you know
I
what's
know is,
crazy too?
yeah,
It's all day too. Like, as soon as Diggs was gone, right? All the trolls came out. They opened up
yep.
Bill's funeral spaces. They want to go back through my tweets and all of this other stuff. Oh, you said Diggs was never wasn't leaving. They said they wasn't getting rid of Diggs. Hey man, I was wrong.
I was
And
wrong
to
too,
the
Whittle.
people,
Mm-hmm.
to the people that I said that to, I apologize to some of them. I don't apologize to all of y'all because some of y'all, whatever. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, to most of y'all, man, I apologize.
But you know what we did say on here, Whittle, and you know what we spoke about in the spaces and stuff? If it got to a point where Stefon Diggs told management, I want out, then it's going to happen. If it was just based on speculation, if it was just based on, you know what, we're just going to trade him just to trade, that wasn't going to happen, right? It had to get to this point of no return for this team to say, we're going to deal with this dead cap hit now. We're going to trade our number 1 receiver right now. Off a season
That's so
where we
crazy, bro.
Right?
That's yeah.
It's a shocker, but it had to be probably it just there was no fixing it at this point. And the Bills probably said, it's time to just you wonder, Whittle, do you think because of the other moves we made, losing guys like Trey, losing guys like Poyer, Hyde, do you think that may have set Diggs over the edge, says, listen, I want out of here because I kind of like, we know how we think, right? You know how players are though. When you have veterans that they went to war with all these years and they start seeing them leave, they think differently than we do, right? Do you think that may have set Diggs over the edge to listen, I just don't want to be here anymore. That's it. Like I you didn't like some of the players they were getting rid of. That's it.
It's possible. It's possible, but at the same time, like, I'm not. Bye-bye. It's possible, but I mean, you know that some of those guys, like, they're not even good. Like, some of those guys hadn't been good for us in a few years. So, I don't know. I'm okay. Like, I'm okay with I'm okay with this Diggs move. I do like Shakir. I do think Shakir, clearly he's not Diggs, but I mean, he caught 86% of his passes. He caught 86 of his targets last year. So yeah, so I think we gotta give him the benefit of the doubt and give him more targets. See what he can do. You never know. Like, we don't know what Shakir could be. Shakir could turn into, the next guy. Like, who knew that the 6'2", 210-pound kid from BYU was going to end up being Puka Nacua? Oh, I did. Anyway, but besides me, who else knew that he was going to be good? Who knew that?
Yep. Yeah, it's Shakir at 39 receptions last year. He started getting more playing time as the year went on. I mean, would a safe projection be 60 catches for a guy like Khalil Shakir
Sure.
in this
Yeah,
offense?
he had like 40 something this year.
Yeah, he had 39 for 611, and that
yeah.
wasn't. He really came on more when Joe Brady took over, especially later in the season.
Yep.
Is it safe to say that Dalton Kincaid last year? Let me just get
91
everything.
targets.
91 targets. He had 73 catches for 673.
73 catches. Yep.
Let's say the targets go up. What do you think, about 30?
Maybe for him?
Yeah.
No.
30 or more or less.
I think his targets. I think his targets are kind of where they are. I think what he's getting now is kind of where they are.
But let's say the yards go up from 673 to maybe like 800, 850. He starts adding a little bit more. So that helps
because I think they'll use him in different areas. This is also going to open up some of the field. Like, some of the area that Diggs worked in will be able to be worked in by other guys. So maybe I think Dawson Knox's targets, obviously. That's right. I am a pro. I've always set a good example. Anyway, I think everybody's targets that's on the team right now go up. Dalton Kincaid's targets probably do go up 10 or 15 targets.
Yeah.
I think Shakir's targets I think they're close to double. I feel like Shakir can play wide receiver too, depending on the wide receiver one we get. But before I'm not gonna go too much further into this. We'll talk about this, then we'll break, and then we'll come back and we'll do the draft. We'll do the first round. And I'm gonna go based off the points that these picks are worth. There was a guy I interacted with on Twitter. He gave me a nice little formula. I think it's a good look. I'm gonna check it out and see if it actually works through PFF's mock draft. But what was I gonna say? All right, so Curtis Samuel probably 60 to 70 targets, depending on how the offense looks. I think Mac Hollins will get 40-something targets if he's in the reserve role, or if he ends up being wide receiver too, then his targets will be more. Maybe he'll get 70 targets, 60 targets, 80 targets, who knows? But it's 250 targets going around for everybody. So I mean, jump on board, guys. Like, it actually is like 260. So TJ, what's up, TJ, man?
What's up, TJ?
Nah, TJ, we do need a number one, bro. I don't agree with that. We do need a guy. We do need a go-to guy. It doesn't have to be, but it doesn't have to be a wide receiver. It could be. I don't know if that go-to guy is in Dalton Kincaid. I don't know if the go-to guy is Shakir. I don't know if the go-to guy is a being Cook. I don't know. We'll find out though. We will find out. But definitely Knox will get more targets. And then whoever we draft, like the guys that we draft, they'll get more targets as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So again, there's a lot of unknowns, right? And in any walk of life, Whittle, unknown is scary, right? Whether it's jobs, whether it's whatever it is in your life, right? Moving to a new place, moving to a new neighborhood, whatever it is. If you don't know things, it's always a little bit. I moved from New Jersey to California. It was scary. It was the unknown. I didn't know what to expect when we came here.
Right.
Right. So, I mean, just a life example, right? And in this case, it's a little bit similar. We don't know what this team's going to look like when we break camp, when we go into the preseason and the regular season. So we just got to let things play out for the next over 22 days of the draft, I believe, from tonight. So the next couple of podcasts, we'll dig deep into the draft, and we're going to go and see exactly what we're going to need, how far Bean's going to move up, where he moves up. Who knows? I mean, he may have someone in mind this draft late that he may think that's going to be a true number one receiver that we're not even talking about yet. I mean, we're talking about a little bit. So there's a lot of those unknowns.
I think it is. There's a couple of guys that we're gonna get into, but before we get into these guys, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll break for the commercials. Shout out to Fans First Sports Network. That's family, and we're gonna take a break so they can pay these bills.
We'll be right back.
All right, we're back, and we are going to jump into this mock draft. Okay, I'm gonna share screen now. Let's see. All right, so can y'all see? It's kind of big, ain't it? All right, that's
I
good
could,
enough, right?
yep, I could see that. And
all right, so these are our picks as of now. Ooh, 189 is going. Like that. 189 is going, and so is 136.
Oh, that's depressing.
The fifth and the sixth, yeah. So we're at 1, 2,
Wait,
3,
did we?
4,
Wait,
5,
I got a question.
6.
Did we trade? Did we trade a pick in 2025 and one pick in 2024 in this deal?
Yes,
because we traded.
we traded next year's fifth. Next year's fifth.
Yes.
Next year's fifth. Okay.
Yeah, six
so
this year.
I'm bugging. I'm bugging. No, I'm bugging.
All
we
good.
got.
No,
we're missing 142,
thought,
but we okay.
There we go. Perfect.
That's my bad. We're missing. No, we're only missing 189. We have 189 here, and yeah, okay. All right. So next year we have a first, 2 seconds, a third, fourth, sixth, and a seventh. We should also probably get like 3 more picks. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we should be getting like 3 or 4 more picks because of they're not even East Rutherford. They're Florham Park. Those guys are Florham Park.
I had to think. I had to do it, Whittle. I had to do it.
Yeah, they're Florham Park. The Giants are East Rutherford. The Jets are Florham Park.
This is true. Yeah,
you gotta pay a toll. You gotta pay a toll to go to work. They gotta pay a toll to play their games. Anyway. Anyway, all right. So, they got a ton of picks next year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow.
The Bears, they're pretty stacked next year.
The Bears. The Bears are they are. So that means we have to go heavy on the compensation this year for it to make sense.
Yes.
Okay,
at 9,
so
right? At 9. So that.
All right. So let me pull up. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the. I'm gonna pull up the thing. I'm gonna pull it up with the thing with the guys said. As far as like what we need to do. All right. So he says we need to go up to 16 with Seattle. So let's. Where are we at? We start? No, I don't want to start the draft yet. All right. So Seattle
Like,
is.
what are the possibilities we could go with, right?
Yeah. So this is what. All right. So I'm gonna try. He said Seattle, but I'm gonna try Denver first because I think Denver has the biggest need for future picks. So if we trade Denver, our first this year, and let's see what they have next year. They got 6 picks next year. We got a bunch next year.
Missing a fill.
Right, so
yep.
Let's trade Denver our first, a fourth, and next year's third for 12. That's not gonna work. They want more than that.
Probably. Yeah. It's close. It may not be as far off as you think, though. But
okay. All right. So y'all see that? We had a 73% chance with Denver at 12 for a first, next year second, a third, and a fourth this year. All right, so let's go ahead and offer that trade. Let's see if it gets done. Trade accepted. We are now at 12. All right, so now the Buffalo Bills are at 12. Now, hold on. All right. Now we're at 12. Draft. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see how this goes. All right. So Marvin Harrison and Rome are off the board. We're at pick number 8. I don't know if they are. I don't know if they're going to take a receiver or not. I doubt it, but I think we can do it this year. We don't have a third pick. No, it was the 3rd round pick next year, Donna. Not.
Yeah,
Don.
Yep. In 2025.
12.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's cooking with gas right there. Let's see, maybe we can get a 5th back. Oh sure, let's do that.
So what you're hinting at here is if we're gonna move up.
Okay, guys. What do we have here?
Look who's sitting there. Malik Neighbors, ladies and gentlemen.
Like I mean, it's possible. It's possible.
If there's any,
but it's
and if there's any history, Whittle, Cordy Glenn went to the Bengals in the year we drafted Josh. We moved up to 12, right, and then we moved up from 12 to 7 with Tampa Bay. So maybe that is the kind of, if we're going to make this kind of deal, instead of a team going from, because I always thought, maybe teams like the Giants and maybe the Titans or the Falcons or the Bears would like to move down, but would they really want to move down to 28? So we probably got to find that team in the middle of the draft to move up and then move up from there.
Yes.
Because that GM has to sell their fan base that we moved down, but we still had a pick in the middle of the first round instead of going all the way to 28.
Yes. Right. And I think the deal with the Falcons makes more sense because the Falcons don't need a receiver. They do need a defensive end, though. So
yes, they do.
Let's let this play out. All right. Now we've got 8. We still got 133. We still got a bunch of. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We still have 8 picks after Atlanta. Atlanta's pick at 8. So,
and how's the 2025 board looking? How's the 25 board looking after that?
Oh, 2025. Let's see.
Just curious because I think that's just thinking how Brandon Beane would be looking at things as well.
4, 5. All right, we have 5 picks right now, but we still have we got a comp pick coming for Dane Jackson. think that's a fifth. We have a comp pick coming for Gabe Davis. That's a fourth. And a comp pick coming for Leonard Floyd. That's another fourth. We might get a comp pick for Terrell Dodson. That would be a seventh.
But so that kind of restocks it. We still got our first, second. We lose a third, but if we get a couple fourths, right? And you know what else, Whittle?
Right. And we're sitting with 5 now, which would be 8, maybe 9. And we still got our first for next year.
And you know what, Whittle? Who's to say Brandon Beane doesn't take a 6 this year and flip that for a 6 next year? He's done that before, where he says, you know what? Maybe we only take 6 or 7 players this year. We get Malik Neighbors. We get a guy like that, and we could still find a safety there. We could still find maybe an edge guy, right? Maybe a defensive tackle, right? In the 5th round that you've spoke about quite often in this mock. So we're going to get into that in the next few weeks, by the way, just teasing the next couple of episodes. But maybe because of the comp picks we're going to get in 2025.
I think I only made this a 1-round draft.
Yeah, but that, Whittle, I'll tell you what. You bring up a great point about the compensatory picks we're going to get in 25. This really may open up the doors for Brandon Beane to make that two-pronged trade.
I gotta go back.
Sure. Yeah.
I agree. I gotta go back and point out this. You guys see who the Jets took at 10? You see it?
Oh man, could you imagine the fan base if they take an edge?
That makes so much sense. It's the Jetsiest thing to do.
I do think the Jets could move down though from 10 because I think they're missing a 2nd round pick, so I could see that possibly happening.
I agree. 100%.
Depending on who's available, tackle.
The Broncos took. Okay, that's a solid pick for them. Man, I wish I would have made that longer. I could have went through the whole thing, man.
But Whittle,
I love those day 3 guys.
Yeah,
man.
And Whittle, I think we're gonna do this next week, guys. We're gonna really get into this, and especially as we get closer to the draft, especially the night before, we'd like to do a mock draft, and we'll definitely get more into that. But you brought up an excellent point here with those compensatory picks in 2025, and the fact that Beane could reach into there a little bit if he could find a partner that wants to do that, right? If you find that right team, then maybe like Denver, a little bit light, right? That maybe would move down from number 12 to 28 and get some more picks. And then from 12 to say, hey, Team Atlanta, Team Chicago, Giants, would you move down to 12 if we move up to 6? Would you move, right? So let's see what happens in the next couple of weeks to see if Beane makes a trade before the draft to move up to 12. So, or in that general vicinity to entice one of those top 10 teams to be able to move down. Now we did that. We moved from 10 to 27 for the infamous Mahomes trade, but we were in a different spot than some of these other teams are right now. So.
Right. And we moved and we took Tre'Davious White. Now look, I just want to go with this and look and see how and see, like, look, this side of the draft, we expect, a lot of us probably expect it to go this way, at least early, right? So Caleb Williams, obviously, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, that's 1, 2, 3 in some sort of fashion. 4 is obviously
Caleb's 1 for sure.
This I think is crazy. I think Malik Neighbors goes here. Yes, I think Neighbors goes here. Then I think McCarthy goes here. This is the spot.
Yeah, Giants think JJ McCarthy. I think they take.
Think so. See, this is the thing, right? This is the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
You got to find out what the Giants are going to do. If the Giants are high on JJ McCarthy, then cool. They'll take him there.
We would love if that happens.
But if they're not, but see, it still works out though, because if the Giants are not trading their pick, and I don't believe that the the Titans are going to trade their pick either. They need to keep that. They want to keep their pick because they're gonna take a tackle here. The Giants are gonna, if a quarterback's available, the Giants are gonna take one, or they're gonna take one of these wide receivers. So it's probable that if the Chargers say we can get Neighbors, or we can trade down and get Brock Bowers. If they want Brock Bowers, then they can trade out of this pick, go down to 11 with Minnesota. And Minnesota, I believe, has 2 picks. Yeah, they got 11 and 23. Take the 2 picks from Minnesota, and then Minnesota comes up to 5. They draft their quarterback. The Giants didn't have the pick of Rome or Malik Neighbors. They'll take Malik Neighbors, I'm sure. Then Rome falls to 8. At 8, we got to get in here. This is where we got to get in. We got to get into 8 and get the guy we want. That's right, JB. Beans cooking something up for sure. So I just, this is how I expect it to go. I think the Jets don't. I don't think this happens. The Jets are not taking this guy here. If anything, they're taking Fashanu. Or
maybe Brock Bowers.
Maybe
they take Brock Bowers. You think?
Maybe they take Fontaine. Nah, they'll take Troy. They probably take Troy here because he plays all the interior. He plays all the O-line positions. So then, Brock Bowers, indeed, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
No. The one team I could see moving up there, Whittle, is, where McCarthy went at 6. How about Minnesota? They have picks 11 and 23, right? So I could see Minnesota maybe moving up. If they really like McCarthy, maybe they move up to 6 or something, use some of that draft capital to get their guy. So I'm not sure where they are in their process on who they like the best. So, I mean, I hope someone takes McCarthy super high, but we've seen this in drafts before. We always hear about these all these quarterbacks are going to go high, and there's always one that falls way further than we ever anticipated, right? So,
right.
I mean, maybe that's from Washington. Michael Penix Jr. We'll see, where he goes as well. So, but
and listen, man, if the Giants, I'm hearing the Giants like Mike Penix. If they like Penix that much, maybe they take him at 6. Or maybe they're willing to trade down.
Yeah, I definitely could see this. Loneliness mock, that mock was a PFF, right, Whittle? Like Whittle did a one.
That was PFF.
Yeah, he did a one round mock draft. He did Dallas Turner. There we go.
Yeah, I know. So, maybe you know what? Listen, next time I pick for the Jets, I'm gonna make y'all pick Sam Hartman in the first round. I need a quarterback anyway. But in all seriousness, I think that's the move, man. 2 trade ups, you go from 28 to 16 or 12 or whatever. I mean, I would offer Denver a ton of picks. I would just offer Denver a ton of picks. I will put like 2 guys. I would give them the first and the third or whatever it takes to get up there, and then just throw some sweeteners on there, man. A couple of, fourths, or a couple of 5th, 6th round picks, whatever. And then, that way we make sure we get that pick. And then you go from there and you go up to Atlanta. Atlanta's got their quarterback, they got their receivers, they need they're going defense. They're gonna go with that defensive line. Give them a couple of extra picks. They can move around and get whoever they want.
Yep, they could move up again late first round. They could take 2 first round picks. They could stick at 12
move up again, and maybe they get Johnny Newton late in the draft, late in the first round. Maybe they get a guy like Darius Robinson. Yeah, maybe they get another safety. Maybe they get Tyler Nubin to pair back there with Bates with the Bates kids they got.
To build a nice team there. So I could see that being a possibility.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
So
stuff.
All right, we good to go, man. It's an hour and 15 in, hour and 16 in 3 seconds. But yeah, Diggs is going, man. But before we go, I just want to say personally, I am I'm gonna miss Stefon Diggs. Like I know that there was a lot of drama and stuff like that, I guess, with his brother making tweets and different things like that. I don't care about any of that stuff. Stefon Diggs was one of my favorite Bills. He would, throw the football with the little kids and stuff like that. Like he was, like he didn't mind doing that. He would sign autographs and stuff like that. He was interactive. But yeah, yeah, it's gonna be tough to it's gonna be tough to it's tough to lose a player of that caliber, and it's tough to replace that type of production. Since he's been here, he's led the NFL in receptions.
Yep.
Over the last 4 years, he's got more receptions than anybody. Every single year for the last 4 years, only 2 people that have had 100 catches every year, 1,100 yards, and 1,100 yards or more, and 8 touchdowns or more. There's only 2 people that have done it.
Mm-hmm.
One's Devontae Adams. One is Stefon Diggs. No one else has done it. Nobody.
Absolutely.
So,
I agree with you, Whittle, on all those things. Diggs is a guy that gave us a lot, right? He really didn't leave much on the field ever. He gave. He had some amazing moments. I mean, my favorite Diggs moment is always going to be pointing at the Patriots crowd, telling them to shut the up. I love that moment. It's still going to be one of my favorites. Think about that Monday night game in the COVID year where he just torched them for 3 touchdowns and some of the great catches and just the one-handed catch last year against Dallas. That amazing catch he made in a game where he only had 6 attempts from Allen, but he made one of the best catches of the year. I mean, there's so many things that, and listen, I'm just going to leave you with this, Whittle. When it comes to how we feel about Stefon Diggs as a fan base, right? Again, some of you in here, Sabre fans, Jack Eichel on the way out was a superstar. He left, but he left on bad terms. You know why? You could say something about Terry Pagula. You could say something about Brandon Beane. You could say something about Sean McDermott if you're Diggs. You can tee off on them all you want, right? But do not go say anything derogatory about Bills fans, Bills Mafia. Leave that alone. And if you do that, you will be remembered well in Buffalo. That's my advice to Diggs and his base. Don't make the same mistake Jack Eichel made, who's public enemy number 1 in Buffalo. As long as he does that, and I expect Diggs to do that, I expect him to come out with something good about Bills Mafia. And I hope all Bills Mafia just treats him fine. As long as he's not saying anything derogatory about us as a fan base, right? It's all good with me. So we wish him well.
Yeah. Before we go, man, I'm gonna do this, and I think it's kind of fitting that we take one last look. And I apologize if the quality's bad, but
they want to throw. Allen flips. Caught. Touchdown Diggs. Allen. Chased by Sweat. Throws on the run, looking deep for Diggs, and he's got him. A manual tackle, but what a play by Allen.
Rolling, looking, throwing on the run. Caught at the goal line. It's Diggs for the touchdown.
Something fun to watch, I believe.
2nd and 6. Josh looking down the sideline. It's Diggs with another flag out. He is able to get away from those 2 tacklers, and no one's going to touch him the rest of the way. Touchdown. And from the 13. To the end zone. It's a touchdown catch. Stefon Diggs for the 3rd time today.
Allen with a play fake from his end zone. There's Diggs. Sliding grab. 3 for 3 on 3rd down. And then now a touchdown. Stefon Diggs. .com.
First and 10 from the 10, a play fake from Josh Allen. Who's open? That would be Stefon Diggs who's open.
524 yards to Miami last week. Allen throws. Diggs catches to the 36-yard line. Murray is the back. Fake to him. And Allen throws it for Diggs. Got it. Gain of 29 with a flag down.
Allen pulls the trigger. Sliding catch made inside the 10 by Diggs. Oh, how did he get out of it? Touchdown, Buffalo.
3rd and 1. And Allen flips to the end zone for the touchdown. Stefon Diggs, and the Bills stay alive.
Work somebody out over here. 3rd and 6. Pass at the goal line. Caught for a touchdown.
Allen on the fake, has time, looking deep, fires Diggs in stride, and he's got it out near the 20. Like the Bills are. 3rd and 9, blitz coming. Allen sees it, steps away, says go over there to, oh, Diggs, are you serious? One-hander and a first down. 7, Miami bringing the pressure again. Allen fade away, swing, Diggs down there, and Stefon Diggs brings it in.
Murray's the running back on 3rd and 9. Looking for options as they run after him. He releases and gets it to Diggs.
Wow.
That's the end of an era, man.
It sure is.
The end of an era.
Sure is.
But 4 years, man. 4 years with that guy.
Sure was great.
Yeah,
yep.
You're right, man. Straight dog, bro. Straight dog. But thank you guys for checking in. I appreciate it. JoJo, we're still gonna win the division. Go check the bet odds. Nobody believes in the Jets. Yeah. Pull up next week, man. We'll do it. We'll do a full 7-round mock draft. We'll do a couple. We'll do one with trades and one without, and we'll see what this team looks like. What it could possibly look like. Y'all know Zachary Franklin's getting picked both times. You already know that 7th round.
You better believe it.
You know it.
Yep.
But
absolutely,
we appreciate this always. Thank you guys again. This off season, man, we was clamoring for Bills news. We finally got it, and I don't have anything else. Beyond, you got anything?
No, just want to say, great podcast. Over 500 people watching now. It's wonderful to see. Thank you. And again, always like and subscribe. We give our thanks to the Fan First Sports Network as always. For supporting us. We always appreciate them. And again, everybody in the chat, it was great tonight. Yes, June, even you. It was great stuff as always. Even from the Jets trolls, we love it. Keep coming back. We want to see you. So we couldn't do this without you. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
This is the Jets. This is the Jets time. Like they win the off season every year.
Yeah, April is Jets time for sure. Thanks, dogs. And thanks again, everybody. We appreciate it. And next week, we start deep diving, Whittle, into the draft. We go into overload. So, or who knows? Maybe we'll be breaking down a trade that Bean pulls off. We have no idea what to expect from One Bills drive at this point. So who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens though. But hey, man, thank you guys again for coming. Again, we'll be here next week at 9 p.m. Wednesday. Check us out. Follow Beyond, follow me. You can get to our the links to everything that we do through our Twitter pages. Yeah, man. That's it, man. That's all I got, man. It's Buffalo versus everybody. Buffalo versus everybody. Okay? Don't forget that. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Where's my thing now? There it is. Let's get lost. All right, there you go.
There we go.